Number 10, solve by factoring. We have to make right hand side 0. For we subtract 3 from both sides, and we get 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals 0. Now we factor this trinomial. If it factors, it will be a product of two binomials. Okay, so 2x squared, the only way it factors is 2x times x. Now negative 3, so 3 factors is 1 times 3, or we can write 3 times 1. Okay, you need to try a couple of times. I don't know, 1 times 3, let me go in this way. Then 2x times 3, 6x, and this is 1x. 6x minus 1x is 5x. And to get negative, we have to make one positive, negative, but we go positive here, negative here. If you FOIL this out, you will get this trinomial. Okay, now we have a product of two factors equals 0. Then by the 0 factor property, either the first factor 2x minus 1 equals 0, or second factor x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, from this factor we solve for x, add 1 both sides and divide by 2. Then x is add 1 divide by 2, 1/2, subtract 3 from both sides, so x equals 3. So 1/2 and negative 3, subtract 3, negative 3. Okay, these are answers. If you find this factoring difficult, then there is an alternative way to do it. We have 2x squared plus 5x, bring 3 to the left side, so negative 3 equals 0. Now move 2 to the last term, so 2 cancel here, 2 times 3, 6. So we have now x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Now factor this trinomial, x squared x. Now we need to find factors of 6, negative 6, negative means, and by subtraction we have to get 5. So 6 is 6 times 1, 6, and to get positive here we put positive there, minus there. Now if you FOIL, you get this back. Earlier we multiplied by 2, now time to divide by 2. We just divide the numbers by 2, here 2. So this is x plus 6 over 2, 3, and this is x minus 1/2 equals 0. So we got a product of two factors equals 0. Then by the 0 factor property, this factor will provide will give x equals negative 3, and this will give us 1/2. Okay, these are two answers, same as before. Now number 11, determine the constant term that should be added to x squared minus 3/2 x to make it perfect square trinomial. We know whenever we have x squared plus or minus bx, all we have to do is add half of b squared. If we add half of b squared, then this trinomial, this becomes, this polynomial becomes a perfect square trinomial. So in our case, b is 3 over 2. So half b is 3 over 2, and half of b quantity square is half of 3/2 square. So that is 1 times 3, 3 over 2 times 2, 4, 3 over 4. 3 over 4 square is 3 square, 9 over 4 square, 16. So we need to add 9 over 16 to make it a perfect square trinomial. And here's an application of this. Okay, solve by completing the square, and we know we only have to have two terms so that we can figure out what to add to make left hand side a perfect trinomial. So move 25 to the other side, so subtract 25 from both sides, then we get x squared minus 8x equals negative 25. Now we want to make this a perfect square trinomial. for we add half of b quantity square. In this question b equals 8, then half of b square is half of 8. B is 8, half of 8 is 4. 4 is square, that's 16. So we need to add 16 to the both sides, so we add 16. Now left side we can factor, and in fact this becomes a perfect square. We can factor. Let me write one more step. X squared minus 8x plus 16 equals negative 25 plus 16, that's negative 9. We can factor, and this becomes quantity square, by the way, so you can skip this step. If we factor x squared, x 16, 4 times 4 16, and to get negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Okay, that is same as x minus 4 times x minus 4, x minus 4 quantity square. You could have gone here. Okay, this, when we add this right number, this becomes a quantity square, equals negative 9. Now we take square root both sides, and using the square root property, x minus 4 equals plus minus square root of negative 9. So x minus 4 equals plus minus square root of negative 9 is just 3i. Square root of negative 1, that becomes I, and the square root of 9 is 3i. So this is 3i, and move 4 to the other side to isolate x. So add 4 both sides. When we add 4 both sides, so x equals plus 4. Okay, here is plus 4 is cancelled, then plus 4 plus minus 3i. In fact there are two answers, 4 plus 3i and 4 minus 3i. This is the final.